spending Monday morning with us. We'll catch up with Simon Cowell's new bestie at 10:45.
And why do people cheat, and can relationships survive an affair? We'll meet the man who has all the answers to 21st century infidelity.
And she's known as the hotel inspector, but find out what happened when Alex Polizzi visited an Italian donkey farm.
And it's set to be the busiest shopping week of the year. Alice Beer will be here to guide you through the best bargains.
First, last Friday, Made in Chelsea star Spencer Matthews left the Staffordshire Temple on medical grounds. He later admitted that he'd been taking steroid-based medication and has since apologised to his family and friends.
Well, what are the dangers of steroid use? Our next guest, Edward Spyk, took steroids at the age of 16, but says the side effects aren't worth the risk. He joins us now alongside Dr. Ranjan. Welcome. Now, you started when you were very young.
Yeah, 15 actually.
15. Why?
Because I was living in Florida and I was playing American football, and just to be competitive.
And this continued until you were 33,
Yeah.
I think, didn't it? And then you said you had massive side effects. What were the side effects?
Terrible acne, mood swings, couldn't sleep. I grew bitch tits, which it's like estrogen. Grew, and I had to have surgery removed. And you get steroid rage, makes you very temperamental, and you lose your temper.
But all of this you were doing, you sort of paled into insignificant for the look that you were hoping to achieve and that you wanted. So it was worth the risk for you.
No, it was, and I honestly felt invincible.
And then it took a very, very serious turn for the worse. I mean, you nearly died. Tell us what happened.
Basically, I was in the gym training, and I went home. I was married to an actress, and I was cooking dinner, and all of a sudden it felt like somebody stabbed me with a knife like that through my heart. And I collapsed on the floor, and I called my wife. I said, call an ambulance, something's wrong. And she thought I was kidding, and she went back to bed. 2-3 hours later, she woke up panicking because I was in bed next to her, ran in the kitchen, 5 minutes, ice cold on the floor, no pulse, nothing. Called the police saying my husband's just died on my kitchen floor. They arrived with paramedics. They put adrenaline needles through my heart, kept my heart pumping long enough to get me to the operating theatre. And they saw my entire aorta and exploded. It split in half from my heart.
And this was because of the steroids? I mean, you were in a coma for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it took you 2.5 years to learn to walk again.
Yeah.
So, Ranj, when we know that there is an enormous amount of pressure on youngsters now to look look buff, and then you look at the side effects and wonder whether, if you said to a teenage boy, right, okay, possible side effects: shrunken testicles, erectile dysfunction, baldness, and breast development. For looking ripped for a while, that seems to me to be a big price to pay.
It's just not worth it. I mean, Spyk's story illustrates exactly how bad things can get. And you've hit the nail on the head. This is part of the bigger issue. Whereas we see with young girls, we might see this, obsession with being thinner or slimmer because of, images that are portrayed in the media. With young men, it's actually the opposite. There is this rise in what we call gymorexia, where people, particularly young guys, want to be bigger, want to bulk up, want to be more muscly, and they will do that by a number of means. For example, taking sports supplements, exercising excessively, and even sometimes taking steroids.
The trouble is that, I don't want to batter Spencer now, because I like Spencer. He was going to be great value in there, but he made a terrible mistake and said in his long apology, taking these pills was a serious error of judgment, which I hugely regret. I've disappointed my family, friends, and fans, and would like to apologise. The thing was that we've been watching his body grow, and it appeared, he was fibbing, because he says diet and hard graft are to thank for this ripped physique, and then he thanked on Twitter, he thanked the people who helped him get the body. They're helping me to get where I want to be. Stick at it. # nothing but protein shakes.
But the problem is, it seems to be very readily available. It's illegal, isn't it, to sell these drugs? It's not illegal to take them. No. But they seem to be readily available. I mean, if you know the right person...
You can go to any gym in the country and you go to somebody who's on the bench press and say, can you give me some roids? And they'll supply you like
Which is absolutely terrifying when you've seen what's happened to you and the effect that this has had. If anything, I hope what's happened to Spencer is by talking about this will draw it to attention, and people will realise how dangerous that these are.
That's it, they are dangerous. They are Class C drugs. It's not illegal to use them for medical use, but you can't buy, supply or sell unless you're a medical professional. They're only available on prescription. They are medicines. They are specific medical situations where we do use anabolic steroids. These are different to corticosteroids, which you might use in, say, inflammation and asthma, where they're life-saving in that point. These are very different, and unless you're using them for those specific medical reasons, they can have severe side effects. They can even kill you, which is why we do say to people,
I should be dead.
Don't take them.
It's a miracle I'm still alive.
When-
For my aorta to split from here to here.
I don't.
They want to amputate both my legs. I flatlined twice for over 10 minutes. They even called it, my parents were there, they called a priest and said their goodbyes.
Well, your body weight as well, wasn't it? In 8 weeks that you were in hospital, your body weight dropped from 19 stone to 9 stone.
Yeah.
Just by not having these in your system.
And the trouble is, once you're on these things,
Yes.
they do bulk you up. They are very effective. You know, if you come off, then you can have mood swings,
That's
they
it,
can make
big
you
time.
violent and aggressive.
You'll get side effects while you're on them, and they can affect you physically, rather than not just bulking you up. They can affect your heart. They can give you high blood pressure, strokes. Spyk had a condition called aortic dissection, where his aorta actually split. That is severely life-threatening.
So if you're taking these steroids, you're watching this, you're realising the dangers of them, and you want to stop taking them.
Yeah.
Do you stop taking them now, or do you go and see
That's
your
the
GP?
thing. So when we use them medically, we do advise people cut down on them slowly, because you can have withdrawal effects. It's important not just to stop them. If you are one of these people who has been using these sorts of anabolic steroids in this sort of way, go and speak to a doctor. You have to cut down, and you have to do that with professional monitoring.
Well, Charlotte says this infuriates me. My son is on steroids for health reasons, and
Yeah.
then there are people out there risking their health for cosmetic reasons. It's crazy. And then you've got Hayley who says it's not just steroids you have to take. You have to then take other hormones to balance your body out. It's a cocktail of risk.
Yeah.
Thank you both. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Right, still to come. Anton lost out to Jay Chesterman in last night's X Factor. He'll be telling us all about that last performance and why he's made a fun friend in Simon Cowell. We'll see you after the break.
This morning, my look will say it all.